Thank you for tuning in to the Catch a Lift Fund's Coach's Corner podcast. We hope you enjoy today's episode and will consider supporting the Catch a Lift Fund and the veterans we serve. Visit our website for more information about our programs at catchaliftfund.org. If you are experiencing a mental health crisis or suicidal thoughts, please call 988 or the Veterans Crisis Line 988, followed immediately by the number 1. The views and opinions expressed during the Coach's Corner podcast are solely those of the individuals involved and do not necessarily represent those of the Catch a Lift Fund. The Catch a Lift Fund does not verify or warrant the truth or accuracy of statements made during the podcast, and statements therein are not to be construed as an official policy or position of the Catch a Lift Fund. This podcast is provided for informational purposes only, and nothing herein should be construed as health, medical, or other professional advice. The Coach's Corner is a place for veterans to connect, heal, and share their stories. I'm Melissa Leuck, the host of the Coach's Corner podcast. I am a U.S. Army Iraq War veteran, coach, and program director for the Catch a Lift Fund. The Coach's Corner is sponsored by ID Technologies. Welcome to this week's episode of the Coach's Corner. As a team this week, we want to highlight the amazing wellness program we've been running for 7 groups now. Back on episode 91 of the Coach's Corner, we highlighted our wellness program after only 4 wellness groups. A year later, we want to highlight the work we do to help veterans reach their goals and the success of our fantastic veteran population. This week, I'm honored to welcome back to our podcast producer and veteran outreach manager, Kaylee Nassiri, so we can discuss and recap some of the amazing successes of this year. Kaylee, welcome back. How are you doing?
Hey, how you doing?
Good. It's good to see you. Let's get right into it, Kaylee.
Awesome. So we're going to talk about a few questions that have to do with the wellness program that a lot of veterans might have. There are some older members that are always curious and are unfamiliar with the wellness program. Can you tell us a little bit about it and what the difference is from the past program that we ran?
Absolutely. So the wellness program is really our flagship program, and we're going to start and talk about the 8-week wellness program. So the 8-week wellness program is a wellness program that all new incoming Catch a Lift members go through. Once their paperwork has been approved and they go through that interview process with one of our veteran coaches, they move into that 8-week wellness group. During that 8 weeks, they're paired up to work one-on-one with one of our certified Catch a Lift veteran coaches. Veterans have their choices of many different fitness disciplines if they want to focus on that. We have a HIIT group, we have a running group, we have a bands group, we have a nutrition group, we have general fitness. So we have a lot of different options there for veterans to choose. And really what's happening in that 8 weeks is it's a jump start for someone's fitness journey, really for the rest of their lives. You know, the coaches work very closely with those veterans to give that veteran what they need. And what I mean by that is that we always want to meet a veteran where they're at. You know, so for some folks, it's literally a matter of getting them up in the habit every day of moving around, right? Just moving their bodies, walking, whatever they might be able to do. For other folks, they might already have, an established fitness routine, or they're really trying to hone in on some goals. Our coaches can help them do that over that 8-week period. So during that time, veterans set goals, they reach goals. Coaches help them if they are facing any obstacles. If there's anything specifically that veteran really needs help with to succeed, that coach is there to help mentor them and coach them through that process. During that 8 weeks, the veteran is required to log into their dashboard at a minimum of every Friday. Every Friday, they have a veteran athlete report on their dashboard they fill out. And really all of this report it's an AAR of the veteran's week. What the veteran did, what went well, what didn't go so well if they ran into any obstacles, what the plan is for next week, and if they have questions for their coach. During that 8 weeks, there's a lot of community building happening. Veterans are able to access that Vet Connect, get in with groups, talk to other veterans. There's just a lot going on for them.
So we said that we were doing it for quite a while now, but how long officially have we been doing the wellness program?
So happily, we're almost 2 years complete into it. We started it in early 2020, in early 2021, after we kind of came back and everyone was kind of unburying from 2020 COVID. So we are completing right now our 7th group, and we will be opening up for group 8 in early January. So we're really excited to keep this program running.
Yeah, it's so crazy that it's already group 8.
I know. It's crazy. I feel like we're still at group 3, but yeah, they just keep going through. It's tremendous.
Yeah, it's super awesome. And so we were talking about a little bit how we meet a veteran where they're at, and how the plan of attack is really holistic towards them and what they're trying to achieve. But
right.
Of course, everyone's going to ask, does the wellness program work and why we're doing it? So do you mind speaking to that?
Absolutely. So the wellness program certainly does work, and we see it over and over again as we have put literally at this point hundreds of veterans through this program. During that time, that veteran is really able, if they've never established a fitness routine before, right? If they're not in that habit, they're going to be in that habit by the end of it. And again, like I said earlier, that coach's goal and all of our goal at Catch a Lift is always to meet that veteran where they are at in this process, not where we think they should be at. So depending on the veterans, we have coaches that literally will text their veterans every day, like, hey, are you up? Are you moving? Whatever that veteran needs. Because I think it's really easy sometimes to look at a person and think, you should be here. You should be doing this. That's not something we ever want to do. We never want to impart those feelings on a veteran. So it's meeting them where we're at, where we can help them heal holistically. And the really great thing about our wellness programs is they specifically support the veteran through our 4 pillars of nutrition, fitness, community, and emotional wellness. So during that time, they're really immersed in those 4 core pillars so that they can be enabled to heal holistically.
Exactly. And there's so many awesome ways to get them involved. Like you were talking about Vet Connect, you can get on the landing zone. You can enter some of the awesome challenges that we run, that we give away cow swag. Of course,
right.
You can go to the podcast and join in and talk on chat. But there's so many ways to communicate with each other once you do that initial interview.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'll touch on Forest too, because, depending on veterans, where they're at in our program, like I said, all new incoming veterans, they go through that 8-week wellness program. But we also have something called the Fast Track Wellness Program that I want to touch on, because a lot of our members do the Fast Track. So the Fast Track is a 3-week abbreviated wellness program. It's a very fast and furious time, but the veteran still gets a ton out of it. So what happens during that time, the veteran is still paired up with a coach that they're going to work with for the 3 weeks. That coach is going to take that veteran through all of the many different resources and tools that we have at the disposal of the veteran. So that's going to be making sure that the veteran understands, number one, how to use their dashboard, how to use the landing zone and all of the great features we have on there. Vet Connect, like we're talking about, this is really the hub of our community pillar, where veterans can get in, they can join various fitness groups, they can talk live with their coaches, with other veterans, tell them about the podcast, tell them about certification opportunities we have, down the road for them. But in that 3 weeks, so who goes to that? So oftentimes it's veterans who have been in our program for a number of years, possibly, or maybe just a few years. But we do ask veterans to go through that if there have been missed health reports or just a gap in their service with us. At the end of the day, we never want anyone to look at it as a barrier to continued funding. It's to enhance their Catch a Lift experience and to just ensure they are getting everything, out of our community and all the different resources we have to offer. There's a lot of things that we offer that older members don't always know about, veterans that have been in the program a number of years, like, programming stuff. They have access to Strength Fleet, they have access to Sugar WOD. So again, just during that 3 weeks, ensuring the veteran knows everything at their disposal. And again, we've seen time and time again, veterans crush goals just in that 3 weeks. It's been just tremendous to see.
Yeah, absolutely. And to touch on it a little bit more, the wellness program is an opportunity for us to show the veterans everything that is available to them through the website. And in addition to that, it also allows us to get to know that veteran a little bit better.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Yes.
So it's really been a great opportunity because we have been able to really foster a better relationship with all of these amazing people. So of course, we're going to talk about why it works with our testimonials that we'll highlight today. We're going to highlight some great testimonials from our recent wellness groups, which means that they would have been coming from probably 5 to 7. So in the last 2, and I'm just going to read a few off to you guys. So the one-on-one conversations about my needs and what has helped or has not helped me in the past. Coming in with experience for fitness, I feel I've learned more in the 2 months than I have in years. Regardless of prior knowledge or experience, I feel I've walked away learning a lot and feeling improved. Anthony. That's awesome.
Yeah, that is tremendous.
And I think that's a big part about the coaching is the one-on-one conversations.
Yes.
So the next person also highlights that too. My coach was awesome. She's super supportive and helped me learn that it's okay to give myself grace when things don't go as planned. That was one of the biggest reasons I wanted to join this community, was be able to have others that were out there who served and deal with physical and mental difficulties and can talk from a place of understanding that they have been there. Harmony.
I think too, just to touch on that, because these testimonials say it so much better than I ever could, right? Because they're demonstrating all of the great things that happen in this wellness program. And, speaking to what Harmony talked about there. So I think so many of us, it's very easy to fall into that trap of, I'm the only one going through this. But when we get in that like-minded community, we see that there's so very many others that are going through similar type of situations. And it's like we can really lean on each other to grow. It's just incredible.
Absolutely. And we're filling in that absence of camaraderie again.
Yes.
It's really huge. James K said, I love everything about the program, the interactive dashboard, the multiple different varieties of workouts, the access to the coach and literature on one platform. Makes this program and style of coaching very effective, which I really do think it is. I love that we're really 100% embodying our 4 core pillars and ensuring that our veterans who are in our program really have access to that information. And I think that's really huge. The landing zone is beefed up now. We have so much great stuff in there. There is no reason why anyone shouldn't be checking it out. And our weekly newsletters also align with that. So they're going to draw you to those cool places. They're going to show you awesome workouts. They can give you a little motivation. You can see one of your veteran brothers, sisters, how they're working out and how they're doing. And so I think if you really push for the 4 core pillars and you really follow the program, it's awesome, the success that you really can have.
Absolutely. And, really the beauty of being able to work with these coaches is these coaches are veterans themselves. The majority of them have gone through the wellness program. And with that being said, it attests to the fact that the program works if you work, so those coaches are able to model that every day for our veteran athletes.
And I'm going to read one more from Philip G. I met my goal of getting back into the gym regularly. After I got out of the Army, I was working out regularly. And when my wife and I bought a house, we had a larger commute to work, and I found less and less time to get to the gym. Now I've been finding time to work out and get to the gym because I'm accountable every week for logging my progress and showing that I'm trying to meet my goal. And I thought that was a really good one to end it on.
Yeah, it's absolutely tremendous. And so many veterans, it's incredible. I've known just in my own personal life, the value and really the necessity out of logging my workouts and everything. And during this 8 weeks, and even if a veteran is in that 3-week fast track, it's either for 3 weeks or 8 weeks, but they're required to go into that dashboard, right? They're being accountable for that week, what happened, whether it was positive or negative. But it's just such a great way for them to be able to look at what they're doing, and have a second set of eyes on it if something can be improved. And I'll just share this briefly too. One of our longtime members recently went through the 3-week wellness program. And one of the things he talked about in his completion survey was the fact that how valuable it was for him. He already had an established, he'd been in the gym many years. He had an established routine, but having that second set of eyes of a Cal coach on his program, he's like, we found gaps in this program that I had completely missed. So I'm like, that's just absolutely incredible. So again, this is not just something that's effective for folks who are starting to work out. This is effective and can be very successful for any veteran, regardless of where they are on their individual journey. We have a number of veterans, Kaylee, as you process applications that come into our program. They're already quite high speed on the fitness end. We have ones that come in, they're already certified as CrossFit coaches, or, they have personal training. certifications, but they're like, man, this really helped me, get myself squared away for my goals and really move forward. So again, it is for everybody.
Yeah, absolutely. And the best part about the wellness program is the fact that we are super excited about it. We have full force behind it. We have our coaching staff. We have someone to process applications in a timely manner. So we just feel that we have all of the wheels rolling.
Yes.
And we're excited. We know that we can help every veteran that we bring in whatever goal they're trying to achieve, whether it may be, those larger fitness goals, or it might be just, a healthier lifestyle for themselves and their families.
Yes. Yep. Keeping up with their children, grandchildren. That's probably one of the number one reasons. Like I see people and they come in, like they want to be able to keep up with their kids and grandkids, which is just absolutely tremendous. So again, it is for everybody. And on that note, Kaylee, could you speak to how members do get involved in that wellness program?
Yeah, absolutely. So if you are new to Catch a Lift, meaning you have not been in our program previously, you can get involved by applying on our website, catchaliftfund.org. You'll click that veteran tab on the top right and it'll click apply. The online application takes about 15-20 minutes. And then in addition to that, we do ask for a DD-214 and a VA narrative letter, or the benefit summary, depending where you live. It's kind of called something different, and a photo. Now, if you have been a member with us before, you do not have to reapply through our website, but rather you could reach out to someone on the team. You can email Cal at Catch a Lift Fund. You can email me. You can email Melissa. You can email anyone at Catch a Lift Fund, and we'll find you and get you enrolled. If you've been in the program before and you're looking to start and get additional funding, then yes, we would put you through the wellness program. We'd get you running in the 8-week or 3-week, depending on your previous history with us. And then we'd go from there.
Wonderful, Kaylee. Thank you for speaking on that. Can you touch on if everyone that goes through the wellness program automatically gets a grant at the completion?
Yeah, so everyone, with the successful completion, of the wellness program, everyone does receive a grant, but that is with the successful completion. And as Melissa was speaking to earlier, the successful portion of that is to be accountable and complete those weekly reports, to talk to your coach, and just kind of stay on track. So it's not a huge commitment on your end for those 8 weeks outside of that weekly report and being accountable and setting goals. But with that being said, we do ask for that, right? So that is something that you have to complete in order to move forward with external grant funding. And external is what we mean for like a gym membership or equipment. With that being said, let's say you do the wellness program the first time and you fall off.
Life happens.
The world.
Yeah, a lot of life can happen.
Give us a call, send us an email. Let's try it again. You're more than welcome to try it again and go through that 8 weeks. We'll try to set up new things to help you succeed better the second time around. Maybe that's alarms in your phone to remind you to fill out the form, or, maybe a coach that can touch base a little bit more often, whatever that might look like. But yeah, no, it's, yes, you do need to complete the wellness program to get external funding. But, like Melissa was saying initially, we really are interested in meeting people where they're at.
Yeah.
And, we want to uphold the one commitment that we ask, which is for them to complete their tasks on their dashboard. And we didn't really highlight that earlier, but the reason for that is that we get tangible data with the amazing statistics that our veterans submit to us. So it's really important that we do have veterans complete these things, and that's why we're holding these accountability measures, so that we can continue to cultivate data and show it to people to prove that our program works. And so if you're in our program, right, and you get your activation, you're ready to go to the gym, or you're ready to get your equipment, that's your baseline. That's what we're you're constant. And then at that 5 and 10 months, we're going to compare, where you're at. And so if there's a gap of data, then there's a gap of information of knowing where you are. And so that's really important to us, because we want to be able to find and acknowledge your growth, and also able to have a testament of our incredible program.
Absolutely. Thank you for speaking to that, Kaylee. And definitely, as you hit on it there's definitely no shame for a person, right? That if it's not the right time, everything is a timing thing for a person, So, there are folks that start the wellness program and get a few weeks into it and just, life happens. And it's like, I can't right now, and they come back in a few weeks or a couple months. And it's like, we are always here to serve you, to serve the veteran. Our ultimate goal is to be able to, serve you for that entire grant year cycle. And then we'll talk about this in a minute, but ultimately continue year to year with you. So just, I definitely want to tell people never get discouraged. If it is a bad time or, you haven't completed it yet, we're here and we're happy to serve you going forward. Kaylee, talk a little bit about the Catch a Lift program, and is this a long-term program? So many veterans, there are so many different veteran service organizations that veterans go to for different types of support and programs. Is this a program that continues or, kind of like a one and done?
Yeah, so Catch a Lift is a lifetime, membership per se. Once you are accepted into our program, you are always a part of our program. Until you tell us otherwise, you will continue to receive, text messages, newsletters, those types of things. But in order to additionally receive grant funding, again, back to the accountability. Yes, you can continue to receive grants as long as you are accountable on those reports. So if it's your first year, you go through the wellness program, you might get some home equipment, and then you decide in a few years, I'm going to come back. My home equipment might not be what it was to meet my goals a couple of years ago. I'm back. And then if you haven't done your reports, we would probably put you, through a quick 3-week fast track and get you settled. And then we would fund you for additional home equipment if that was something you were interested. So it is not a one and done. I like to say that Catch a Lift here for you for all seasons of life, right? Life is going to change so much for you. Yes. From the time you transition out of the military to 10, 15 years from then. Right. So we're here for all seasons of life. That might look different for you. You might be in your younger years going to the gym because you have nowhere to put home equipment in your apartment. But later in life, you might have a house and you might want to build your home gym. So things might look different for you. So we're happy to help facilitate your growth in whatever way we can during those different seasons of life. So it is a forever membership. We're here to serve you as long as you are willing to be served.
Absolutely tremendous. Thank you, Kaylee.
And then, of course, I'm going to ask a few questions because we do have something really exciting. So you were discussing earlier about the different types of groups you can join in the wellness program, but we do have something coming up with the TRX. So what can we expect out of the wellness program in 2023, Melissa?
Absolutely. I'm so very excited about this, and I'm excited to tell our community about this because really the only people that know thus far are just our coaches and our staff. So we're very excited and honored to be rolling out for 2023 a wellness group that will be TRX specific. For a long time, we've really had as kind of one of our huge focal points of the wellness program and at Catch a Lift being bands. We absolutely love bands. They're portable. Anybody can use them, much like a TRX. It's a different tool, but it's a tremendous tool to be able to add to our arsenal for people to choose from if TRX is a better fit for them. So starting in 2023, when veterans go through their interview process, come into the program, and if they are going into an 8-week where they're choosing a wellness group, they will have an option to join the TRX group. If for veterans that do join that TRX group, they will have a TRX sent to them in their wellness package, and they'll be able to work out with their coach using these TRXs and learning all about them. TRX, the company, has been absolutely phenomenal to work on. They're a huge supporter of military, veterans, police, first responders. And so we're just so honored to be able to get this program going with them and to be able to push out these TRXs to our veteran members going forward. I'm
so excited to have something to add to the lineup, something new to add to the lineup.
Yes, it's very exciting.
Awesome. Well, we're really excited about 2023 and all of the amazing things that we'll continue to do and the growth that we'll have in the wellness program. We're mostly excited to welcome a bunch of new veterans to our family, to help them with their, holistic health journey and to grow our Cal family a little bit stronger.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you so much, Kaylee, for coming on with us today. It's always so fun to get to talk to you and share some time on the Coach's Corner.
It's always weird being on this side.
It's a little weird, but we have fun with it. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in this week for another episode highlighting our flagship wellness program. We're so thankful for you to tune in. Don't forget to join us every Wednesday live at 1 p.m. Eastern on YouTube for a chance to win Cal Swag and to chat with your brothers and sisters. If you liked today's episode, please be sure to like and subscribe on YouTube and leave us a review on your favorite streaming service. We'd be greatly appreciative of that. Until next week, keep it real and stay Cal strong.